record. So, okay, we are recording. And Jess and I just have some posting tips for you guys because posting is the way to attract followers, gain credibility, and ultimately get to Success Club. Because posting, when you're inviting people, it has to be paired with posting. Otherwise, that's when you start feeling like a salesperson, or that's when people start seeing you as a salesperson, even if you're not trying to be a salesperson. So here's just some quick tips. Posting tip number 1 is to post often. And I'm sure you've heard us saying post 3 to 5 times a day. This isn't just made up. This is something that Facebook does not like if you just post once a day. If you just post once a day, Facebook is not going to show your posts as much. So the more you post and the more people start interacting on your page and liking your posts, the more Facebook is going to allow your posts to be seen by everybody. Another thing that Facebook likes is original content and quality posts. So when you're doing your posts, make sure that you're posting quality stuff and original content. So I don't mean that you can't go onto Pinterest and if you're like waking up in the morning and you just want to get a post out, which I do this all the time, I just go onto Pinterest, I find a picture quote, and I post that with something that's on my mind or another quote. That's totally fine. The fact that you post the picture and then write your own comment with it or write your own thoughts, then it becomes original. Then it becomes you, and you're not just posting a picture. So you don't want to post pictures without something to say, even if it's just a one-liner or maybe a couple tags or something. And you make sure that you're not sharing other people's posts. So if you see a post in your newsfeed and you have this urge to click share, which I know it's like a big habit of some people to just click share. They're like, oh, I love that, I'm going to click share. Try to stop doing that. Take the image that you loved and either save it to your computer to do your own post with your own words above it, or go on PicMonkey really quick and make your own graphic really quick. You can even go on to Google and look up stock photography, and you'll get a bunch of pictures, and you can just put your own quote, put the same quote on there, maybe change it a little bit and make it your own. So posting quality, posting quality content. Also post a variety. I like to try to have a rhythm to my posts. Like if I post a picture quote in the morning with a quote next to it, the next post I do is not going to be another picture quote. I'm going to make sure it's something with me in it, or I'm going to make sure it's a recipe or a tip or something. So you want to sort of rotate your content so that it's different and fresh. And it's definitely fine to get a rhythm with that for yourself. Like if you want to be posting a recipe every day at noon, that's what I did when I first became a coach. I set certain times a day when I would post, and that's what really helped me to become consistent at the very beginning. So it was like 12 o'clock, I had recipe. Actually on Sunday, I would get 7 recipes already planned with the text already copy and pasted. And then I would have my 7 recipes ready to just post at noon, no matter whether my kids were crying, no matter whether I was in a hurry. I could just grab my phone really quick and do my post. Another one is to post yourself and your life. So think of your life like a reality show, and post yourself and your picture and your kids and your life, and just keep it lighthearted and keep it fun. Okay, so posting tip number 2, make sure you're posting value. You want to be positive, informative, and be you, okay? If you do this and if you post 3 to 5 times a day, you are going to become an expert in the eyes of your market, in the eyes of your friend, in the eyes of your followers. So you want to do that. And Dad, I'm recording right now. Sorry guys, my dad's here visiting. Anyway, so you want to become an expert. If someone asks you a question and you don't know the answer to it, go ahead and Google it. Just keep adding to that memory bank every single day, and whenever you learn anything new, do a little post about it. So here's some examples of some posts you can do. And these are really small, and I'm not going to go through all of them super detailed, but original advice, tips, and healthy recipes. Feel free to take a screenshot of this. Photos from the best parts of your day. Something funny, like as you can see, the videos of all of us doing size are definitely funny and interesting for people. Soft selling. So you don't want to get on your Facebook feed and if you look at your post and you say, this looks like an ad to me, this looks like an advertisement, change it up. So you want to do soft selling. So rather than saying, buy this program from me, or if you want to order a challenge pack, message me now, say, wow, this program is so awesome. I've never been able to, stick with something for this long because of the support of the ladies in my challenge group or something. That's a way of selling without coming right out and selling. It's soft selling. Also, soft recruiting, same thing with your coaching opportunity posts. Post about coaching in a way that's not selling. You're going to get a lot more better response from that. Another one is motivational, inspirational quotes. That's like one of the easiest ones to do. If you can't think of anything to post, just go ahead and grab something off Pinterest. Success stories of people those are always awesome. I try to do challenger spotlights. If I see a challenger that's really been doing totally awesome, I try to do one a week, and I make a little graphic and just say, they lost 5 pounds, they feel, more comfortable in their skin. And I ask them, I say, hey, can I do a challenger spotlight on you? And they say, well, what's a challenger spotlight? And I'm like, well, have you seen the ones I've done? And I explain to what they are. And they say, yeah. And so I just ask them, how many pounds in inches have you lost? What small victories have you had? How do you like the challenge groups? And what do you think of Shakeology? And when they answer that, I use that for my post. So it's kind of cool because you don't have to worry about posting. I mean, before and after pictures are awesome, but this is kind of like just a warm and fuzzy way of recognizing people without them having to step too far out of their comfort zone. Another one is personal accomplishments. If you had a victory, if you had an awesome paycheck, go ahead and post about that. Don't be shy about your accomplishments. And then also, of course, asking questions and advice. Even if you don't really want to hear everyone's advice, sometimes just asking for advice really gets people talking on your page because everybody wants to give their opinion. Okay, posting tip number 3. And this is so important. Don't share garbage on your page, such as long negative rants about your day. If you are going to put something about your day, if you had a really hard day, put a positive twist on it. No one wants to follow someone negative. Everyone wants to follow someone positive, someone encouraging, someone who always looks on the bright side. And that's what you want to be as a coach. Beachbody ads. Don't post Beachbody ads. Don't post, T25 with Shaun T on it and then nothing else. If you're going to post something with like Beachbody on it, post like your picture on it with holding the DVD or something with you on it that's not just Beachbody, because you're not promoting Beachbody. We're Beachbody coaches, but we're building our own brand, and that brand is you. It's not Beachbody. So your business is not Beachbody is our vehicle, but your business is all about you, and sharing you. So, making accusations or starting drama, definitely don't do that. Blatant selling, we talked about that before. Blatant recruiting, and I don't think it's wrong to say join my challenge group, but there's a way of posting that's not. And if you ever are wondering about a post, and I still send Jess graphics and I'm like, what do you think of this all the time? If you're not sure about your graphic or your post, send it to your upline, send it to your success partner or somebody and get some feedback from it. Yelling at your fans with all caps, don't do that. And stay away from politics, stay away from anything controversial. Just try to keep it lighthearted and stuff like that. And then talking about the same thing for days. Like I was saying before, you want to have variety. You want to have a rhythm to your posting. So you want to try to talk about different stuff. So, okay, that's all I had. And I think I need to unscreen share, right, Jess? Or do you want to just talk and I'll do the...
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
Okay.
All right, let me move you guys because you're kind of Okay, so for brand new coaches, these are really awesome tips because when you start off a new coach, you always want to help them with their very first post. For instance, when I started off as a coach, I had no idea what to post. And so my first instinct was to post something super salesy, where it just came across as me being, obviously brand new, but not only that, just sounding super salesy. So I went through and found some awesome posts. These two are really good. These are actual posts for those who have never done a challenge group before. So say you sign up a coach and they're brand new. They decided to sign up as a coach at the same time they decided to sign up as in your challenge group. So they've never done a group before. So this is, I'm just going to kind of read these to you so you can kind of get the gist. But so I am kind of excited yet super nervous at the same time. Ever seen the infomercials for Insanity? Well, I just committed myself to a 30-day online challenge group using the newest version of Insanity called T25. Same results as Insanity, but packed into 25 minutes. Better for this mama's busy schedule. Just found out that there are 2 spots left in this group. If you're wanting to shed some holiday pounds or do a little toning before beach season is here again. Like or comment on this post and I will shoot you the deets. So people will stop and look at that because she's sharing a bit of herself. It's not salesy. It's very, she put a lot of input in what is going on with her, like, okay, about the insanity, and I'm a busy mama for a busy schedule. So that's a great post right there. And then, or you could say, okay, friends, I'm going to need your support. For the last year, I haven't been the healthiest. I feel low on energy, and just put in details about how you've been feeling. Today, I decided it's time. I'm drawing a line in the sand right now. I'm sick of feeling this way, and I know if I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm going to continue to get the same results. I'm ready to change and feel comfortable in my skin again. I just joined a health fitness online challenge group, and I'm committing 100%. I plan to share my journey so you guys can hold me accountable. My coach told me that I could invite 2 to 3 people to join me within her group. I'd love to have a few friends by my side. Shoot me a message if you want to join. So both of those are great examples of what you can do and what you can tell your new coaches to say if they've signed up as a coach and never specifically done a challenge group. Now, I would recommend them putting a picture of themselves up here, or maybe some type of like selfie, or just a really cute face shot or something, like a nervous look on their, or whatever, just something that looks like them, not just post this. So help them with their graphic. Or you could even have them do like a before and after picture of their coach or something like that. So, but these are great ideas for brand new coaches. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so this is a post if you have recently done a challenge group. This is an example of a really good post that you can do if you have done a challenge group. So let me just read it really quick. I know it's really small. I'm sorry about that. But okay, friends, I have some super exciting news to share. For the last year, I haven't been the healthiest. I felt low on energy, and just go into detail about how you've been feeling. Last month, I decided to draw a line in the sand. I was so over it. I was sick of feeling, fill in the blank. And I knew if I kept going what I was doing, I was going to continue to get the same results. I decided to commit to a 30-day challenge. Let me tell you, I'm forever changed. And then you want to have them or you go into detail about what this group did for you, how it helped boost your self-confidence. And you can put in kind of like your stats. I lost 4 inches, or I lost 5 pounds, or whatever. So you share your passion and excitement in that post. So that's a great post for somebody who has done a challenge group, who's gotten great results, who loves the products, and is ready to share with people. Okay, so, and this graphic in the middle is kind of like what all of this is saying. So you might need to help your new coach, or we are more than happy to help you with a really good graphic. But you see how it's very easy to read. It's got a great before and after picture, super easy to understand. And there's always a call to action at the end. So there's another example down below that I'll read you. OMG, I'm freaking out a little over here. This is so hard for me to share. So please be kind. But if I inspire one person to make positive changes for themselves, this will all be worth it. And then you share the insecurities that you used to have. You go into detail about, where you were before this challenge group, how you were feeling. And then you show them, or you explain what this challenge group did for you. You talk about your stats. You share your experience and what you've learned and how you feel now. These, just from experience, have been some of the best posts that I've ever done, because that's why I'm so committed to doing or workout programs from beginning to end, because I thrive off of these results, because it gives you a great picture to show people, and it shows your audience, it shows your market that these products really work, and then they're going to trust you to help them. So that's really exciting. So okay, let's move on. Okay, so this is, for instance, say you have been a coach for a long time, and all of a sudden you either fall off the wagon, or you haven't been working out, or you just need to get back on your workout regimen. So this is an example post for those who need new challenge post material. So here's an example: moms that want to get back in the picture. Question for my fellow mamas out there: ever avoided the cameras because you put on a few pounds and you didn't want anyone to see? That has been me for the past 6 months. And I just had a realization last week that enough is enough. I want to be in the picture with my kids, not sitting on the sidelines. So that is a super emotional post right there. She's being very vulnerable by sharing that. And that's a great one to get people to interact with you, to comment on you, to comment on your picture, whatever. So, okay, number 2, I'm making a commitment, drawing a line in the sand, and putting myself totally out there right now, and proclaiming 2014 as the year I put myself back in the picture and back on track with making myself a priority. So, every year people will make some type of resolution. This is a great post for just being totally fed up and you're starting brand new, just want to get a brand new self. So, okay, number 3, I am starting an online Facebook accountability group using an at-home fitness program, because who has time to drive to the gym and back? If you see yourself in my story at all and you've been interested in the details of the group, like or comment below and I will shoot them over to you. Very easy, very non-salesy, super, people can relate to that because a lot of people have a hard time getting to the gym. So, so that's a great post as well. Okay. So below is an example post. If you were once in shape but fell off the wagon a bit, that's no problem. A lot of that stuff happens with a lot of us coaches. So anyone that's had that one picture they keep going back to where they were super fit and wonder why you ever let yourself slack and fall backward, this is that picture for me. And then you post a picture of a before picture or an after picture of when you felt like you were super in shape or whatever. It was however many days into my insanity journey, that crazy at-home fitness program you see on infomercials, haha. And I had lost, and then list something specific. So lost my drive to work out, or lost my motivation, or, forgot the reason why I started. But I remember how, and you list some feelings about how you felt during that time. But somewhere along the way, I fell back into my old ways and slowly added back on 15 pounds I had lost. So super vulnerable post, but very real, and people love those types of things. They love it when you're real, and that's a scary post to post on Facebook, but it's so needed sometimes. It's a breath of fresh air for your market, honestly. So think about that, even though it's sometimes hard to post like that. Okay, so the last example I have of other material is, well, it's a new year and I want new and current pictures of myself to be proud of. I am recommitting and joining a 30-day online accountability group on Facebook with others doing the same. There are a few spots remaining, so if you are in the same shoes and are ready for change, like or comment on this post and I will shoot you the deets. So there you go. Super easy, non-salesy, very just inviting. That's it. Okay. So last thing I want to talk about is, this is something that I learned way after I had started being a coach, but I want you to look at these two pictures, both of these posts. The first post is actually a friend of mine. His name is Nan. He's a photographer. He's not a Beachbody coach, so he has no idea how it is that we should post. The second post is one that I had done not too long ago. Now I want you to just glance at both of these posts. Which one is easier to read? Number one or number two? So number one, his posts are great, but when I start reading it, they're super long. And when I start reading them, I almost get lost. Sometimes I forget where I am while I'm reading them. And if you see on the right-hand side, I'm spacing out my thoughts. So I'm not saying that the post on the left is wrong. What I'm saying is that if it's a longer post, it's so much easier for people to read when they're spaced out. So like if you look on the post on the right, all my thoughts are very, it's not every sentence that I'm spacing, but it's like every two or one sentences that I'm spacing. And it just seems so much easier for people to read. It's so much nicer. It looks clean when they click on your post. It's just, it engages your people a bit more. The left people can kind of get like, okay, that's too much to read, so they'll just keep scrolling. So if you can, you guys, when you're posting, just space your thoughts out a little bit more and see how much easier it is for people to read, or see if you get better engagement. It's just, I feel if you notice, a lot of coaches do that because sometimes a lot of them are very long-winded and have a lot to say. And if you were to post that whole thing with no spaces, people would just go right past that post. They wouldn't even finish reading it. It'd probably be super inspiring, but yet they got bored or they lost their place or it was just too much. But this one's just so much easier to read. So anyway, those are our tips. You guys can unmute yourself if you have a question. You can not stop recording if you want to. But